Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Here today to discuss about NXT May 11, 2021 review. My attitude on this show is, who gives a shit? I really was, there was nothing important on this show that really stood out to me. The 2 out of 3 falls match, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a good match. It looked like it was they did a lot in this match. Very good wrestling technician. Vic Joseph really needs to shut the fuck up with, oh no, oh my god, shit like that, making all these stupid, repetitive jolts of excitement, and it sounds so fucking stupid. Just stop, please. Oh my, get the fuck out of here, man. God, I felt like punching my fucking screen. It was so fucking annoying. Though that would have been really stupid. So probably muting the television would be the best thing to do. Or, changing the channel. Because Vic Joseph is so fucking annoying on commentary, he makes Michael Cole look really good as if he was Jim Ross or Tony Schiavone on commentary. Because Vic Joseph tonight was, I've heard him make those sounds when something like a turning point's taking place during a match or something exciting possibly does happen during the matchup. But my God, this guy was doing it over and over and over again just in the 2 out of 3 falls match. It was so fucking annoying. I wanted to punch him in the fucking face if he was standing in front of me. God, this guy needs to shut the fuck up. So, that was that. And Kushida retained the championship against Santos Escobar. The women's championship was decent. It wasn't terrible. I thought that match should have been the main event, to be quite frank with you, but the winner was no surprise. Raquel Gonzalez retained her championship. Karrion Kross had a match with Austin Theory one-on-one. He beat the living shit out of him, and majority of the match he killed him, but he won by a stoppage by the referee. So that was that. Leon Ruff had a little bit of a altercation with William Regal. They had a disagreement on whether or not Karrion Kross should be performing or he should be sitting out for the night. Later on, Leon Ruff went ahead and fought Pete Dunne, saying he was the baddest man on the planet, not Karrion Kross, which is a crock of shit. MSK beat Breezango. Nothing important there. I mean, like, who the fuck cares? This match was bullshit. Johnny Gargano was in William Regal's office. He says, I don't hate you, to William Regal. He says William Regal hates him, and Regal says, I don't hate you, I love you. You're the North American champion, and the marketing department made you your own headband, and you're still facing Bronson Reed next week. Good luck. He angrily snaps a pencil and leaves as we see him disgruntled, and Pete Dunne making his way backstage to the ring, which then takes us to a commercial break at that point. Like I said, Pete Dunne stated he was the toughest man on the planet. Pete Dunne faced Leon Ruff, and Pete Dunne won by stoppage. And that was it. Big fucking whoop. Leon Ruff lost. Like I said, there was nothing here that stood out to me that was entertaining. This was all just, going through these shows for WWE feel like they're going through the motions. I really think if they gave us a break from their shit fucking programming, went back to the drawing board and really dedicated themselves in rebuilding the show and giving us a really good, creative, structured show, we'd actually enjoy it again. I think we all need a break from WWE. Give us pay-per-view events or something. I honestly am getting sick of this. At least with AEW, they have some creative ideas where they're going with storylines. This just looks like they're going through the motions week by week. It doesn't look all that important. They're having title matches when they shouldn't be taking place. I mean, I am seeing here title matches that could be on TakeOver in Your House, which is next month, June 12th. We are less than a month away, and we're not building a storyline to that. Raquel Gonzalez, Mercedes Martinez. Why aren't we just building that match up for June 12th's pay-per-view event? Instead, we're getting them competing on this episode, which I honestly did not care to watch. I really wasn't even paying attention to this show all that much. If you guys want me to be perfectly honest with you, I wasn't. I really was not. I'm on FanDuel now. I've been creating lineups and doing shit like that, having a little fun with some extra money that I have, and what have you. But, I mean, honestly, this show was not that entertaining. I was more interested in watching what was going on with the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat than this fucking piece of shit. Honestly, this was nothing to get excited over, folks. There's nothing important on this show at all. It's a joke. And that's all there is to it. Karrion Kross, great character to invest in. Finn Balor, by the way, at the end of his match showed up, and they are having their rematch. Thank God. And this is going to be on TakeOver. I hope so. If they put this on an NXT episode, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to come on here and I am going to be really fucking upset. There ain't no reason in hell for those guys to be competing on NXT for free when we're paying $9.99 a month for fucking Peacock. Show it on fucking Peacock. Now, if you're paying $4.99 with the commercials included, then that's on you. But personally, I want to see that match on TakeOver. It better be on TakeOver, and I'm pretty certain it will be. I don't think they're that fucking stupid. But Raquel Gonzalez defeated Mercedes Martinez one-on-one. So Frankie Monet was announced as well. She's going to have her debut on the 25th of this month. Against who? I have no idea. I have no idea why. But whatever. It don't matter to me one way or another. Because I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about Frankie Monet. They've had her week after week coming on here and being an annoying asshole. And I just don't care. I really don't. Isaiah Scott and his entourage have arrived at the CWC Wrestling Center. The cameraman is knocked down and AJ Francis tells him, "Get back up, you'll be alright." And then they go to commercial. That's it. Gargano and Theory are backstage, or actually out of the building. The security is throwing Gargano and Theory out of the building, and the camera zooms into Bronson Reed laying on the floor, and he stumbles to his feet saying Gargano is a dead man. Before we can go any further with that, Isaiah Swerve Scott grabs the mic and says, "It's about to get spooky in NXT." I don't know, are you supposed to be like The Fiend or Karrion Kross or some other kind of creepy demonic shit? Because we've got enough of that already. But anyway, his entourage joins him at the top of the entrance ramp to strike a pose as the music plays. Then all four of them make their way to the ring in a color-coordinated red and black outfits matching Scott's hairstyle, basically. My impression of Swerve Scott's group, they're called the Hit Road, I believe, or some kind of shit. I don't fucking know. Like I said, I wasn't even paying attention to this crap. This is fucking Look, bottom line, guys, if you guys expect me to... Hit Row, excuse me. They're like a fucking recording record group. That's what they're trying to do. A hip-hop recording group. It's like their own personal label. Kind of catchy. I like the idea. I wouldn't mind one day if they had Isaiah Swerve Scott doing a rap thing with Eminem. I think that would be pretty fucking cool. Have Eminem at a fucking big, giant, large event, like 15,000 in an arena, and you have like Eminem come out with Isaiah Swerve Scott. Eminem doing like some kind of rap theme for him in his entrance while he comes down. I think that would be badass. Or somebody that's more noticeable than any of these other fucking rappers that people could give two shits less about. And the only way they've ever heard of them is by going on a YouTube channel or fucking Amazon Music. Because honestly, mainstream, they probably aren't being noticed by anybody. So, I don't know. I wouldn't have Bad Bunny do it, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, my impression of the Hit Row. What's my impression of them? I think they're pretty interesting. They got some charisma and they're charismatic. They're pretty cool characters. They definitely have like a ghetto style mentality about them. You could kind of turn them into gangsters if you really want to. Isaiah did a good job on the mic. He introduced all the characters, everyone in his group. Each one of them got a chance to say their own load of shit that they wanted to say and give us an impression of who they are and what they are. Overall, they're a generic recording artist group. That's really what I kind of look at it as. Nothing special. I mean, it's different, unique, yeah, but it's not anything that's gonna stand out and say, "Oh, go watch it." It's not. It's creative, but it's not gonna push a needle. It's really, they need to do something more explosive. You know, having fucking these guys going out there beating the shit out of everybody, taking over the fucking brand. That's what you need. You need storylines like Gargano and Ciampa. Ciampa and fucking Timothy Thatcher weren't even on the fucking show tonight. Not a fucking peep. Not one appearance, not one promo, not nothing. We got these guys contending for a tag team titles, and they don't do nothing. You have the Grizzled Young Veterans also jockeying for position for number one contendership for the tag team titles. We get nothing from them either. What the fuck? Instead, we have MSK going up against Breezango. Who cares? They're a shit tag team. They are useless. They're garbage, man. I don't give a fuck about Breezango, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze. Who gives a shit? These guys are idiots. And they have a more serious gimmick instead of being a bunch of fucking retards. Jesus Christ, man. How can anyone find this crap appealing? This is boring shit. It's not as bad as Monday Night Raw from what I've heard off of other YouTube channels. But still, it is not NXT quality that it used to be. Now, I have heard that there's been changes to their storyline team. That's probably a lot to do with it, more than likely. But still, come on, have some passion towards the product. Create ideas. They had a bunch of fucking matches here that should be on TakeOver and be built up towards the TakeOver event. That 2 out of 3 falls match for the Cruiserweight Championship should have been on TakeOver. Raquel Gonzalez and Mercedes Martinez on TakeOver. Both of those matches on TakeOver. They shouldn't be fucking given to us for free. You want to see it? You better have a subscription to the Peacock. If you don't, oh well, you're going to miss out. That's the way they should be doing this. This is the way the TakeOver should be booked. Those were good matches. I'm not saying or, discrediting these matches, but they don't belong on a free televised show. They're going for desperate ratings that are only going to work one time and one time only. And then you're going to go ahead and have to produce a storyline for the next title defense for Raquel Gonzalez and Kushida? Come on. You have it all sitting there right in the palm of your hands. Don't just throw it away for lousy ratings. Give people an interest to want to continue to watch it the next week after that. Are they capable of doing that? Probably not. That's the reason why they're doing it this way. Or they're too fucking lazy. I don't know, one of the two. And I really don't care anymore. To be quite frank with you guys, I may eat the bullet. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm going to do this. But I may eat the bullet. Because I may watch Monday Night Raw from now on and review that. I'm not going to review it immediately after the show's over. I'll come on here and give you guys my insight after I'm done with work on Tuesday night and give you my review on that. I don't know if I really can sit through this shit and watch it. Not that I can really stand Monday Night Raw, but at least I can wait till it's 9 o'clock, skip through the commercials, skip any boring segments that I could give a flying fuck less. Come on here and have a joyful time ripping the shit out of it. Just out of fucking shits and giggles. I'll definitely go ahead and see what I can do. About SmackDown, I apologize to you guys. I did not get around it. It was Mother's Day weekend. Also, there were some other things that happened in my personal life, so I didn't really get the time to do it and watch the entire show. So I apologize to you guys. Impact Wrestling, by the way, I forgot to do that as well. That was another reason why I didn't upload it, was because of what's going on in my personal life. So I sincerely apologize to you guys about that. I said I was going to continue to review Impact. I've been struggling just to go ahead and get to it. I am going to go ahead and catch up on that episode and then provide you guys a review for this coming Thursday's episode and let you guys know how I felt about it and everything else. So I will definitely try my best to keep up with these reviews. It's hard to do that when I'm working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then wanting to have time for myself to just, relax, chill out, enjoy my weekend before I have to go back and do the grind again, So I'm trying my best to upload as many videos as possible during an entire week to give you guys some content. If I happen to miss out, I do apologize. It is just my personal life that is getting in the way of me doing that, and I'm not able to find the time to do it. So please be understanding about that. But otherwise, like I said, I will try to upload each and every one of these episodes per week as much as I possibly can. And that's pretty much that. But anyway, guys, what else happened here? Oh yeah, we had an auction segment with Cameron Grimes. Now, I will admit, these segments are funny with Ted DiBiase and Cameron Grimes, but eventually we're going to have to get to some kind of, conclusion, some kind of anything, Like, is he going to become a manager? Is he going to do anything with this guy, or is this just going to be a week after week bullshit segment with Cameron Grimes being outplayed by Ted DiBiase? I just don't understand this, to be quite frank with you guys. Is it funny? Yeah. I have to admit, Ted DiBiase, still as old as he is more charismatic and more entertaining than any of the fucking idiots on this show. And more importantly, on Monday Night Raw. This is just fucking garbage. Zoe Stark and Toni Storm, they had a segment, just a video package of them talking smack back and forth at each other about the match that's being booked for next week at the Capitol Wrestling Center. So next up, we had Kyle O'Reilly. He was actually confronted by Orny Lorcan at one point during the show. They showed a backstage segment that took place earlier in the show and stated that this match would be taking place. Orny Lorcan lost this match, I believe, by submission. Was it? No, he won by pinfall. He did a flying knee to the back of the head and then a pinfall on the 1, 2, 3, and that was it. No nothing by Adam Cole, baby. He was completely off this show. Apparently, he's becoming like Aleister Black. He's cutting promos outside the arena and never being there on the show. Love it. Fucking love it. Good stuff, WWE. Really good stuff. Great. After the match, though, Bobby Fish showed up to save Kyle O'Reilly from a beatdown from Pete Dunne and Orny Lorcan. That eventually led to Bobby Fish recognizing Kyle O'Reilly as, yeah, I understand we're not a tag team anymore. Why they're not a tag team? They could definitely use Red Dragon, which was the best fucking name for those two, and have them competing in the tag team division, because God knows, tag team division really needs their help. They're the only tag team legitimately that's any good outside of MSK. MSK is a good tag team, but the rest of that tag team division, my God, is just trash. Or if they're a good tag team like Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa, they're not a real legit tag team. So, I mean, it's definitely needed. Later on, during the show, before the main event, we had Bronson Reed follow up with a promo announcing that William Regal has given Bronson Reed the match with Johnny Gargano in a steel cage match for the NXT North American Championship next week. Why? Why isn't this match taking place on TakeOver with a fucking cage over the ring? This should be a fucking NXT TakeOver pay-per-view match. Why isn't it taking place on that show? It's taking place on NXT for free. We're getting championship after If you don't have a pay-per-view to go to, I could understand them putting this match on the card for next week. But you have a pay-per-view coming up in less than a month. It comes up on June 12th. Let me just double-check on the date, so I'm not telling you guys misinformation. I might be, I'm not sure. But NXT in Your House 2021. Let's see here if we got anything. Thing they said it was, June 13th, excuse me. Yeah, you got a fucking pay-per-view June 13th you're going to be building up for, and you're not going ahead and saving that match for TakeOver. That's less than a month away. You're telling me you have 3 weeks to build. You can't provide us with a good, build towards that? Get the fuck out of here. Really. Just, please, shut the fuck up. Really. If you're going to tell me that they can't do that, then they might as well close down their fucking doors and call it a day. Or better yet, they ought to get rid of the fucking takeovers, have week-to-week episodes with pay-per-view type quality matches on free television, and leave it at that, and you'll have your fucking ratings, and eventually people will still get bored of it and say, fuck this, and walk away and forget about it. Doesn't really matter. Kushida and Santos Escobar for the Cruiserweight Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This was a good match. As I already mentioned, Kushida retained his championship. And Kushida won with a armbar submission and also a suplex type of pin, I believe you would say. Let me scroll down here and see the specific name of that move so I have the correct information. So he won with a bridging suplex and a pinfall in the win to get the 1-2-3. Santos Escobar, he actually picked up the victory with a Phantom Driver for the first fall, but there was a bit of a issue with that spot. When he provided that move, his foot was underneath fucking Kushida's shoulder and it wasn't touching the mat. The referee was very observant of this, noticed that, and he said, hey, you got to move your foot or I can't count the pinfall. Very good eye on detail there. I actually liked that. I thought that was very nice, but at the same time, with that fucking botched spot, Kushida should have kicked out because he was in that spot for like probably the same amount of time he could have been there for the pinfall. 3-4 seconds. And they didn't have him kick out. He just lied there and didn't do nothing, and he still got the 1-2-3 on that spot. I didn't really like that. I thought that kind of sucked. They could have done the move over again, have Kushida kick out. He gets pissed off and applies the move again in a more fierce way with that maneuver, and then pin him 1-2-3. That would have worked out in their favor, honestly, and it would have been a lot more effective. But the way that spot ended with the first pinfall, I really didn't like. I thought that was terrible. It made Kushida look a little weak, in my personal opinion. But then again, I guess you could look at it the other way. I mean, it's his finishing maneuver. It makes the move seem more impactful. I guess you could say that. So if you want to disagree with me, that's fine. I totally understand. But I kind of felt like, hey, if you given this man 3-4 seconds to recover after a move like that, that wasn't all that fucking painful. It's just a fucking nice maneuver. I like the move. But it shouldn't be something that should have ended Kushida on the first pinfall. Should have been something a little bit more, which in my personal opinion would have been doing it a second time and applying it in a more furious way and getting the 1-2-3 that way. But hey, it is what it is. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It didn't take away the match completely. I'm just kind of nitpicking at this because I thought that was a little bit of a fucked up botch by Santos Escobar and Kushida. But I liked what the referee did. He did an excellent job at acknowledging that his shoulders were not completely on the mat. So I got to give the referee a lot of credit in that spot. Rest of the action, good stuff. Was it main event? No, I don't think it should have been the main event. Personally, I felt that the match between Raquel Gonzalez and Mercedes Martinez should have been the main event because it's for the women's championship and it's a world title. The Cruiserweight title has not been looked at as a very credible championship. So why would you put that as your main event on a televised show when you're trying to desperately get ratings and increase your ratings week after week? If that's what you're attempting to do, you put the most prestigious championship in the main event of the show. Not as the co-main event at the 9 o'clock hour. Come on. But don't get me wrong, the match was excellent. It was a fun, entertaining match. I just really, honestly, outside of the two world title matches, the rest of this card really didn't stand out to me that much. It really didn't. The show was not clicking in my mind. I felt disconnected from it. Felt like Daniel Bryan, basically. I felt disconnected from all this shit. It's like the same old, same old. It's run-on bullshit. So, it's like they just go through the motions and there's nothing important on it. And that's really how it feels like watching these shows for WWE. But that's how I felt about the show. Overall, I felt disconnected. That's the best term for me to use with this. So that's really all I have to say on this review. At this time, guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. And I thank you guys very much for watching. And I hope you have a great night, guys. Bye.